Welcome back and thank you for joining me once again. We'll start seated, the tall spine, relax shoulders, relax your jaw, close your eyes, tuck your chin a little bit. Find your breath. Try breathing from the pelvis to the collarbones. Long, full breaths. Reach both hands up overhead. Spread your fingers wide. From here, you're going to fold forward, either coming to your forearms or onto a block, or you can extend your arms out and maybe bringing your head to the floor, or you can stack the fists and rest your forehead on your hands. Breathing. Inhale, slowly making our way back up to seated. You can uncross your legs, make your way into tabletop position. Pushing through the shoulders, spreading the fingers wide. You're going to lift your right knee, draw circles with this knee. And then dropping the knee, switch to the other side, left side. And dropping that knee. Step your right foot forward to the outside edge of your right hand. So you're going to be close to the edge of your mat. Let your hips dip forward. If you notice that your knee is crossing over the line of your ankle, just walk that foot forward a little bit. And from here, you can drop down to your forearms, finding lizard pose, or staying up on your hands, either or. Breathing into that hip, notice that space. Inhale, making our way back onto our hands. Walk this foot back to center so it's in line with your hip. Letting those toes leave the floor. Belly is going to come towards the front of that thigh. This knee is bent generously. Feeling a stretch in the hamstring, maybe the low back as well. Rocking it forward, we'll slide that foot back, switch it over to the left side. Finding our lizard pose on the left side, rocking the hips forward, walking that left foot forward as well. And then dropping down to your forearms if you wish. Breathing pelvis to collarbones. Inhale, making our way back up onto our hands, walking that foot back so it's in line with your hip. And then rocking it back, lifting those toes, finding your half splits on the left side. So belly's touching the tops of your thigh, knee is bent. You can let your head fall. Inhale, rocking it back forward, sliding those toes back. Excellent. For the next one, there's a couple of different options. So I'll start with option 1 and work my way up to option number 3. So the most simplest, bring your hands to your low back or to those 2 bones at the bottom of your spine. Point your fingers so they're pointing downward. Draw your elbows together. Tuck your back toes. And leaning back, opening up your heart, drawing those elbows closer together. Feel a big stretch in the front body as well as the front of the hips. Option 1, come back to center. Option 2, you're going to sit back down onto your feet. Reach for your heels. Thumbs will be on the outside, fingers on the inside. As you inhale, you're going to put some weight into your hands. Lift your hips up to the sky. Inhale, lift. Feel a big opening in the shoulders, upper body, also the front of the hips. Breathing pelvis to collarbones. Exhaling as you lower. And lastly, option 3 is the same thing but with your toes not tucked anymore. So hands are on the outsides again, thumbs on the outsides. Inhale, reaching hips to the sky. So choose one of the 3, stick with it. Find the pose, have 3 full breaths. Exhale, lowering down. So for the next one, you'll drop down onto your knees. Widen your feet a little bit so that your bottom can maybe find the floor. If not, you can sit on a block, that's fine. So feeling a big stretch in the quads, you can stay here if you like. Or bringing your hands behind you for extra support, maybe beginning to lean back a little bit. You can drop to your forearms. Or if it's comfortable, be very gentle with your body. You can come all the way down and relax your head. Again, breathing into the space that we're creating. Wherever you are, we'll all inhale together and rise up. Lift yourself, walk your feet back underneath of you. Excellent. Next, I'm going to turn this way so you guys can see, but it's called frog pose. So you might need extra padding for your ankles. So I'm going to walk towards the edge of my mat. So my knees are close to the edge and my ankles are still on the mat. Widen your legs, turn your toes so they're pointed outwards, and widen your knees as well. And as we get into the pose, you'll be able to kind of adjust your knees, but all you're going to do is from here, it's kind of sit back. It'll be different for everyone. based on the flexibility of your hips as well as the shape of your pelvis, like your bone structures, whether you feel comfortable leaning back or not. You can drop to your forearms in this one too if you wish. If you need to widen your knees, you may. Breathing. If you'd like to rock a little bit as well, you can. This one's rather intense, so be very careful. Listen to your body. Inhale, we'll slowly rise up. And to finish for today, you're gonna come next to the wall. We're gonna do some poses against the wall. So turning so that you're sitting with your knees bent right beside the wall. What we're going to do, scoot your bum so it's as close to the wall as it can be. From here, what you're going to do is lay down, rotate your legs so that they're gonna be going up the wall, and then your upper body you can relax down. Excellent. So first we're gonna start with just our legs straight up. You can turn your feet, your toes so that they are parallel with the ceiling. Maybe closing the eyes. Breathing pelvis to collarbones. This is really good for the legs. The longer you stay here, the better, really. Next, we're going to separate the legs so they're going to come into a V shape. Wherever they fall, if you want your hands there for support, you may. Feeling a stretch on the inner thighs. And again, noticing that space. Breathing some light and awareness into the inner thighs. Inhale as you bring your legs back to center. Next, we'll do pigeon against the wall. So crossing your right leg over the left knee, making a figure 4. And then bending your left knee. Your foot can stay against the wall, but just going till it's comfortable for you. If you want to go deeper, just slide that foot down the wall a little bit. You'll notice your knee will bend more and your right leg will come closer to you. Full inhale, you'll extend the left leg, slowly uncrossing, and we'll switch sides. So left foot will cross over your right knee, and then bending that right leg in towards yourself. Again, noticing the limits of your body, not trying to force anything, especially when our legs or our muscles are tired. Full inhale, pelvis to collarbones. As you extend that leg back out, slowly uncrossing. Keep your legs straight for a moment. Notice how they feel. Next, we'll come into butterfly legs against the wall. So letting your knees fall away from one another, feet come together, and then sliding your feet down close to yourself. You can reach for them if you like to pull them down a little bit farther, eventually releasing. We'll hang out here for a bit, have some breaths. Again, noticing this space that we're creating in our bodies. Hands can be wherever they're comfortable. Option to stay here for your Shavasana. Option to choose any one of the poses that we just did and stick with that for Shavasana. Option to leave the wall and come laying down flat on your mat for your Shavasana. Whatever you decide, it'll be the best choice for your body. And just soaking up a few quiet moments alone with our breath. If thoughts enter your mind, acknowledge them, but allow them to pass without allowing them to create a mental conversation with yourself. Focusing on just being present, allowing yourself to let go. wherever you're at, take a full breath in through the nose. Let it out the mouth. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. Rotate the ankles and the wrists. Spreading the toes and fingers and making fists or squeezing them all together. If you have your feet up against the wall, you can slowly let them slide down to one side. Maybe have a moment here. Slowly, we'll make our way up to seated position all together. Feeling yourself supported by the earth and supported by the wall today. Finding a tall spine and a calm heart. Breathing pelvis to collarbones. Noticing how you feel today. Expressing some gratitude towards yourself for taking some time out of your day to practice some self-care. And to better ourselves altogether. You can bring your hands to your heart, from my heart to yours, Namaste.